Have you ever cared about and protected someone deeply only to be let down and abused in return? Some people only show up when they need help and then disappear as soon as their needs are met, like birds flying away after the spring. How can we find balance and inner peace again after something like this happens? The timeless theory of Stoicism shines like a lighthouse. By looking at 10 rules for how men and women should talk to each other, you will learn how to boost your inner strength. If you don't make these 10 mistakes, your relationships and yourself will improve. If you are having problems in a relationship, give it some thought and come along on this journey to gain new insights and deeper understanding. If you agree with this important idea, please click like to help us get started. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and turn on alerts to make sure you don't miss any good videos. Please leave a comment and share this video with someone who needs it right now. Let's get started. Number 1. Don't let obsession destroy you. Imagine that you are constantly redecorating your home to suit someone else's taste without taking your own tastes into account. You spend so much time and energy making sure everything is perfect for them that your own style and comfort become afterthoughts. This is what happens when you focus only on other people. Like a satellite constantly orbiting a planet, when you give someone your full attention, you might forget about your own goals, dreams, and the things that make you special. Say you love painting, but your partner thinks it's a waste of time, so you put away your brushes and canvases and tell yourself it doesn't matter. Or maybe you love hiking, but your friends would rather hang out at the mall, so you stop exploring the trails you used to love. Over time, these small sacrifices add up, and you lose touch with the things that used to make you happy instead of constantly changing your life to fit other people's expectations. Read what Marcus Aurelius said. Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. This wise saying reminds us that true peace and fulfillment don't come from trying to please other people all the time. If you get too caught up in their stories, they can throw your own life off balance and make you feel ignored and undervalued. Stoicism tells us to follow our own rules and values and to be happy with who we are instead of trying to get other people to like us. Think about how strong you'd become if you focused on your own growth, health, and happiness. By doing this, you not only improve your own life, but you also become a more calm and grounded person who can make a positive difference in the lives of those around you. It's time to stop being a supporting character in someone else's story. Taking over your own story will help you get your life back. Take the lead and stop being the second fiddle. Remember that your life is a painting that you need to paint with bright colors and big, bold lines. No one else's needs should get in the way of yours. Be proud of who you are and enjoy your own trip. You deserve to be seen and praised for your brilliance. Stay true to yourself by using quiet ideas and concepts. You can be clear about what you want and still find a way to make everyone happy. First, be honest with yourself and say what you want out loud. If you love drawing, make time for it. Marcus Aurelius said, "Remember that living a Stoic life means realizing that you can't control other people, but you can control your reactions and choices." Hiking regularly will help you stay true to yourself and keep your inner tranquility. By living a life that shows who you really are, you not only make your own life more satisfying, but you also inspire others to do the same. Tell your own story, and make sure it's an honest one. Be strong and sure of yourself. 2. Show them respect by not giving them all of your time and giving in to all of their never-ending wants every minute you spend with them. A minute you can't get back is a piece of your life that will never be seen again. Time is your most valuable asset. It's a gift to be valued, not money to be spent on endless demands. Someone really hit home with this. We don't have a short time to live, but we waste a lot of it if we give everyone else all of our time. As an example, think about giving all of your time to a friend who always needs help, but never tries to solve their own problems. Every time they call, you drop everything to help them, and soon your own goals and dreams start to slip away because you're too busy taking care of someone else's problems all the time. Don't forget that you own your time and shouldn't waste it on people who may not know how valuable it is. Pay attention to what makes you happy in relationships and see how your life changes. It's just as important for you and your goals. Your partner's needs shouldn't take over your whole day. If they care about you, they'll understand and support your need for alone time and growth. A good friendship respects each other's time and encourages it to be shared both ways. Epictetus tells us to pay attention to what we can change. You can't change what other people want or how much they value your time, but you can change how you spend it. Third piece of Stoic wisdom. Don't change your life to fit other people's ideas. Imagine cooking a meal, but trying to use every tip from your friends and family instead of your own recipe. This makes a dish that isn't clear or rewarding, leaving you to wonder what went wrong. In the same way that Seneca said, "Everywhere means nowhere," this is what happens when you try to please everyone. If you try to do too many things at once, you might feel lost and not have a clear goal. Do you remember a time when you did extra work at work to make your coworkers happy, but it hurt your own project? Or when you tried to make everyone in your social circle happy and agreed to plans you didn't want to follow just to please them? This constant need to please others drains your energy and weakens your sense of self, especially when it comes to relationships with women. It's important to stay true to yourself and not change who you are just to fit in. For example, if you change your interests or opinions all the time to fit in with your partner, you might lose sight of your own passions and values, which can make you and your partner lose respect for you. Being yourself is important for making deep connections, so don't try to blend in. Instead, shine like a beacon in the dark and enjoy what makes you unique. Remember that other people can't change your trip. Make your own way and take charge of your life. Remember that your life is a blank surface waiting for you to paint on it, not a sketch for someone else to draw. As the Stoics said, embrace your strengths. Socrates never gave up on his beliefs, even though it cost him a lot. He inspired generations and left a lasting legacy. In the same way, you should let your true colors shine and light up the world with your authenticity and vision. This is your chance to show the world who you are and what you stand for. When you live authentically, you not only honor yourself, but you also attract people who appreciate and respect you for who you are. Don't put someone else's happiness or mental health ahead of your own. Be honest about your flaws and live a life that is truly yours. Putting someone else's needs ahead of your own is like always filling their cup with water while yours stays empty. When you do this, you give them control over your happiness and let them take your emotions and mental health wherever they want. This can lead to a cycle where you're always trying to meet their needs while your own get weaker, leaving you feeling unfulfilled and worn out. From a Stoic point of view, this can't work in the long run. The great Stoic philosophers taught us how important it is to keep our inner peace and control ourselves. One of their ideas is that we shouldn't base our happiness on things we can't change. For example, if we always put other people's needs before our own, we give up control of our feelings and happiness to outside forces. This goes against Stoic advice, which says we should focus on things we can change, like our thoughts, actions, and reactions. It's great when friends are always there for each other, willing to listen and help. But if they don't set limits and give themselves time to recharge, they could burn out and become resentful or overwhelmed, not being able to enjoy their relationships fully. It's important to take a step back and take charge of your life. Your mental health and happiness depend on it. So that someone else can be happy, treasures should be carefully kept and not easily given away or forgotten. Instead of being a supporting character in someone else's life story, they should be the main character. Now is the time to make your story your own. Take as much care to protect your inner peace and happiness as a treasure hunter takes to protect a valuable find. Stand up for yourself and promise that no one will ever be able to take away your happiness. Remember that your mind is your sanctuary, a place that is only yours where you can make your future and find happiness in the process. Use this power to make your life fit your own wants, needs, and dreams. In relationships, this means setting healthy limits. When someone constantly asks for your time and energy without giving it back, it's important to be clear and assertive about what you need. For example, if your partner always expects you to drop everything for them, tell them that while you value the relationship, you also need time to recharge. By doing this, you not only show that you value the relationship, but you also value yourself. Protect your health and teach others to do the same, putting your needs first. Putting your health first isn't selfish. It's important for a balanced and happy life. When you take care of yourself, you can help and care for others more easily. By following Stoic principles and keeping your inner peace, you can make a life where your needs are met and your happiness grows. Fifth, don't say yes just to get what they want. You shouldn't trade in the things that make you happy for things that make you feel bored and uninterested. He was wise when he said that the quality of your thoughts determines how happy you are. The Stoic principle says that you should act in line with your true self and not give in to outside pressures. If you do things that go against what you really want, it's like walking around in shoes that don't fit. Every step hurts and feels awkward. This kind of sacrifice makes you unhappy because it feels like you're going off the path that was meant for you all along. For example, let's say you love painting, but you always agree to go to social events that drain your energy and leave you with little time for your art. Over time, your passion fades, and you end up living a life that feels strange and unfulfilling. It's important to stop trying to make everyone happy, even if it means sacrificing your own happiness. Learning to say no can be as refreshing as a cool breeze on a hot day. It frees you from duties you don't need and improves your reins. Remember that you're not here to please other people or do what they say. Life is about being honest and accepting your true self, even when it's hard. Trust your gut and listen to your heart. If something doesn't seem right, take a step back. Your life is your story, and you are the main character and hero of it. You are not just a supporting character in someone else's drama. This is your job. Bring yourself to the front and live by your own rules and rhythms. This isn't just about choosing happiness. It's also about caring for and respecting your deepest self. If you love writing but are always too busy to make time for it, it's time to reevaluate your priorities and say no to tasks that don't help you reach your goals. Use that time to write about what you really want and what you're interested in. This change not only makes you happy, but it also fits with the Stoic practice of focusing on what matters most to you. In the end, don't give up your happiness to make other people happy. Instead, be true to yourself and put your own happiness first. This way, you'll not only meet your own needs, but you'll also live an honest and satisfying life. If you make decisions based on fear, especially fear of being alone, it's like trying to find your way on a dark, dangerous road without a flashlight. Every step is unclear, and you might end up somewhere you didn't mean to be. Relationships. When you make choices based on fear, you often end up with bad ones that hurt your health and happiness. Let us look at how Stoicism can help us deal with these things we don't know. Stoics tell us to let go of things we can't change and focus on the things we can. One thing we can change is how we feel about being alone. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic thinker, says, "Your happiness depends on the thoughts you have." If we change the way we think about things, we can use solitude to grow and learn more about ourselves. Aristotle said that getting to know yourself is the first step to becoming wise. Taking the time to understand yourself, explore the inner landscapes of your soul, and celebrate what makes you unique is not just a philosophical statement. It's also good advice for everyday life. Being self-aware is the basis for making good choices. If you're in a relationship where you don't feel appreciated, the fear of being alone might keep you there. even though it's bad for your health. But if you embrace solitude and work on improving yourself, you learn to value yourself more and realize that being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. It means you have the chance to build a loving relationship with yourself. This kind of relationship is the basis for all other relationships. It won't be because you're trying to get away from being alone that you decide to let someone into your life. It will be because they bring something unique to it and make it better. This method is very similar to the Stoic idea of living according to nature, which means living in line with your beliefs and true self. Know your worth and don't make choices based on fear. If you're afraid of being alone, remember the Stoic practice of voluntary pain and spend some time by yourself on purpose to get used to it. This will make you stronger and teach you that you can do well on your own. Welcome the path of self-discovery with open arms and let courage be your compass. This will lead to a life full of happiness and important relationships. In the end, don't base your decisions on fear, especially when it comes to relationships. Instead, use Stoicism to learn more about yourself, love yourself, and be strong. If you do this, you'll have a life full of real, fulfilling relationships that help you on your journey instead of getting in the way of it. September. Don't let other people mess up your relationships. Stay with your family and friends even if you like someone else. You'll hurt the whole tree if you only water one branch and ignore the roots. Each friend and family member is like an important branch that supports and sustains you. If you start to pull away from these important people, you'll lose more than just a few contacts. You'll risk losing the whole support network that has always been there to hold you up. Think about what Stoic said about how important balance and connection are in our lives. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, said that what hurts one part affects the whole. This means that if we don't take care of our relationships with family and friends, we hurt ourselves as well. For example, if you stop talking to a friend who has always been there for you, helping you through hard times and celebrating your successes because you're in love with someone else, you may feel alone and less supported because you let one relationship overshadow the many others that are just as important. Someone once said that people are like dirt. They can either feed you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. If you cut off relationships with people you care about to please other people, you may be setting yourself up for a hard path that could slow your personal growth. That's why it's important to keep and strengthen these connections. Reconnect with the people who matter most to you by giving your family and friends more time and attention. They are an unbreakable support system that keeps you grounded and gives you the strength to grow and thrive. Value the friendships that have been there for you through good times and bad. You should enjoy the love and support of the important people in your life, and remember that they are your rock in the sands of life's changes. Your relationships with friends and family are like the tree's roots and branches. They hold you up and support you. Don't let a new relationship make you neglect these important connections. Instead, work to strengthen all of them so that you stay grounded and supported no matter where life takes you. Some parts of your past should stay private. Telling someone everything about your past is like opening all the drawers in your life's cabinet and showing off all of its treasures and trials. When you talk about your past, especially your struggles and hardships, it's very personal. It's a record of the road you've taken, the battles you've fought, and the lessons you've learned. These aren't just stories for other people to enjoy or criticize whenever they want. When you tell secrets, you're not just telling old stories. You're leaving wounds that may not be fully healed, leaving yourself open to being hurt or abused. Being in charge of yourself means knowing when to speak and when to be quiet. Sharing your struggles and problems without thinking about them can make you feel vulnerable and exposed. For example, if you tell someone about a time you failed horribly at something you really cared about, they might judge you, making you feel exposed. It is said that a person is not free until they are master of themselves. Telling someone everything about your past might be too much for them, like reading a book all at once without stopping. It might be too much to handle. Instead, talk about your experiences one at a time, like parts in a book. This way, they can fully understand and respect every step of your journey. Only certain people should know about the worst things that have happened to you, and you should keep some of your secrets to yourself. Share only what you think is necessary, and keep the most private parts of your journey hidden. This kind of careful sharing isn't just for your own safety, it's also for keeping your spirit healthy. Be very careful about who you tell your darkest secrets to. Your personal history is unique to you. It shapes who you are and shouldn't be shared with just anyone by keeping the more private parts of your story private. You protect your own safety and honor. Remember, Epictetus's wise words. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. When you do decide to share your life story, make sure it's with someone you trust and who will respect your experiences. That's right, only people who really care about you should hear the most private parts of your life story in the fast-paced dance of life. It's easy to get caught up in meeting other people's needs and trying to win their approval in this mad rush. We forget to celebrate our own hard-won victories and the progress we've made. It's important to remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a milestone that should be celebrated. Imagine you are hiking through the mountains. Each step uphill may not seem important by itself, but together they make a path that leads to the top. Think of the times when you reach a lookout point. These are the milestones that show how far you've come. They are the real-life proof of your strength and determination. As the philosopher Epictetus said, never depend on the admiration of others. Instead, take a moment to celebrate your own achievement. Think about all the late nights, hard work, and problems you've solved. Every win, no matter how big or small, shows how strong and determined you are. Enjoy these wins and let them remind you of life's incredible journey isn't just about getting to the end goal. It's also about enjoying every step along the way and being strong enough to deal with both the highs and the lows. So let's raise a glass to our journey and celebrate our wins while also finding joy in every moment of our relationships, especially with women. Keep this in mind. Peace attitude. Don't lose yourself trying to make other people happy. Instead, focus on your own growth and wins. For example, if you're working late to reach a personal goal, don't stop working toward it to make someone else happy. Imagine you've been working hard for hours to reach a personal milestone or improve a skill, like learning a new language or finishing a tough project at work. When you reach a milestone, you should be proud of yourself instead of looking for praise from other people. Remember how hard you've worked for a moment. Think about a time when you had to deal with a personal battle, like getting over a fear or sticking to a fitness plan. Enjoy the feeling of having done something good for yourself. It's a big step forward every time you finish a workout or face your fears. You don't need other people to notice or praise your progress. Instead, be proud of your hard work and drive. Stoic wisdom tells us to be our own source of strength and praise. When we do this, we can build healthier, more balanced relationships where we help each other grow without losing sight of our own journey. Remember that real power comes from knowing how valuable we are and being proud of our accomplishments. Let's keep going forward with confidence, enjoying each step and being proud of what we've done so far. Number 10. Don't let anyone take away your peace of mind. It should be just as important to protect your peace of mind as it is to protect a valuable gem, but too often we let other people's demands, complaints, or bad energy get in the way of our inner calm. It's important to keep your mind safe, like a fortress. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you that counts, but how you react to it. If you let other people into your mind all the time, you'll lose your peace and be more likely to experience stress and anxiety. If someone at work is always complaining about everything from their job to the weather, it's easy to give in to their negativity. But remember that their mood doesn't have to control yours. Instead, pay attention to how they're feeling without letting it affect how you feel, and stay calm and focused on your tasks. Or, imagine a family gathering where someone is always criticizing your choices. You might want to defend yourself, but instead try to see their comments as a sign of their own insecurities. Stay calm or even silent to show them that their words don't affect your peace of mind. It's time to build up your defenses instead of taking on other people's issues or negativity. To keep your peace, set limits that keep them from getting too involved. For example, if a friend calls you over and over to complain about their problems, it's okay to listen. But it's also important to know when to step back and not let their stress throw you off. Your peace of mind should be a safe place for you, not a battleground for other people's problems. It should be a place where you can go to get strength and comfort when you're feeling stressed out every day. Meditation or awareness can help you keep your mind clear and calm. Think about what Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic, said. You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Follow the Stoic principles and keep your mind clear, calm, and impenetrable. This way, you can handle life's challenges with grace and resilience, knowing that no one can disturb your inner tranquility. As we say goodbye to today, I want to stress how powerful your choices are and how important it is to stay true to yourself. We can all make choices that are in line with our deepest desires, even if they go against what other people might expect from us. Life is full of surprises and challenges, but if you put wisdom and courage to use, you can handle them with grace and resilience. You can live a life that is both satisfying and true to who you are if you put justice and discipline first. Don't just try to fit in with everyone else. Remember that you can make your own way to enjoy what makes you different and to write a life story that shows what you believe and value. People, please don't make you give up who you are or your happiness. If this video has inspired you or given you new ideas, please click the like button. Stoicism teaches us that real freedom comes from knowing that we are in charge of our own thoughts and actions. So the next time you feel like you have to give up your time or share more than you feel comfortable with, remember that you have the freedom to choose a different path. You are not required to follow anyone else's rules. Claim the right to guide your own life based on what's truly important to you. Now is the time to break free from old habits that don't serve you.